Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk you through 10 albums from very famous artists and very famous bands that never grew on me for some reason or other. Most people love them, they're incredibly popular, I'm sure you all got a copy. But over the years I never played them much, and I don't really know the reason why. I'll try to figure it out in this video. Right, later on in the comments, let me know of similar cases, right, in your discography. Let's get into it. Okay, this is the first one. Bob Dylan, Desire. I truly like two songs from this album, Hurricane and One More Cup of Coffee. And I think One More Cup of Coffee is my favorite song on the album and one of my favorite Dylan's tracks. And I love Hurricane, but after watching that movie with Denzel Washington, it was a great movie, don't get me wrong. But the song was on the radio, it got so much radio play with the movie promotion and stuff, and I got burned out with Hurricane. It's a song I hardly ever played, right? And I find that this album has very long tracks with lots of lyrics and difficult meanings, and I sometimes struggle with it, right? So, as I said, it's not one of my favorite Dylan's albums, and it's never really grown on me the way it should have. Next one, and please don't fire me, right? Harvest, Neil Young. I like Neil Young. My favorite album is On the Beach. I like Time Fades Away, the live concert, and some other Neil Young's album. But I always felt that Harvest was like mandatory or like compulsory. That you've got to love these albums for whatever the reason. It is a great album, and I remember when I was young playing Heart of Gold and trying to hold back my tears right on that track. And some others on the album. But I hardly ever play it now, and I find that I struggle to listen to side B, right? It stretches for so long that it sort of keeps me from playing the album, if you get what I mean. Right? This is a great copy. This is a US reprise, and it sounds fantastic. But as I said, I play any other Neil Young album much more than this one. The Rolling Stones. Goat Head Soup. To me, this is when the Stones started to decline, for me. It was okay till Exile. It's only rock and roll. It's a good album with its ups and downs. But this one, I never really liked this one, right? I only have this copy and it's not very good. I must say that back in the day I bought it just to listen to Angie, and the rest of the tracks just don't do it for me, right? I hardly ever played, and I sort of bear a grudge with the Stones, right? Because after this one, it all to me went downhill, right? I know it is really daring to say that, but that's how I feel about it, right? I much love the period between Beggar's Banquet and Exile, that what came next. On the whole, I like The Doors. I think they're a great band. I like their music, I like their albums, but there is one that doesn't grow on me. There's one that never makes it, and it's this one, the Soft Parade. The other Middle Time album, which was Waiting for the Sun, I love that one, it's one of my favorite, but I always struggled to listen to this one. Touch Me is okay, but the Soft Parade is not bad, but it's not really, to me, it's not a really good album as a whole. I don't really like most of the tracks here, and I think that this is the Doors albums that I hardly ever play. Right, I play the other five much more. Right. In fact, this is the only copy I have, and as I said, I don't think I've played this album more than 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 in my life. When Rick Wakeman left, yes, he went solo in a sort of cultural way, in a sort of intellectual way, right? And he released albums like Journey to the Center of the Earth or King Arthur, right, that were more for the eyebrowed intellectual kind. I didn't mind those too, but one I could never really, get the grasp, right, is this one, probably his most famous, Henry VIII, the Six Wives of Henry VIII. I only like track 3, side A, which is a slow tempo track, which I think is quite emotional, but the rest of me is just, I don't know, I can't hear a true melody all the way through. There are no tracks that I find really punchy or that make me listen to it, right? I struggled when I was a teenager, but you had to have this album, if you know what I mean. And I even struggle more with these days. This is the one that I hardly ever play. I do play King Arthur and Journey to the Center of the Earth when I'm in the mood, but certainly not this one. Next one is a shame, because I expected a lot from it when I first bought it, is Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Clapton. And when I bought this album, I expected something outrageous, right, jaw-dropping, right, because it's a great band, a great duo, and add Eric Clapton on it, so you're bound to get a magnificent band. But the sound, this is a US first pressing, the sound is awful, right? The sound is absolutely awful, right? There are no highs, there are no lows, the middles are absolutely thin. I tried several copies, and I'm not saying I don't like the music on these albums, it's just that either CD or vinyl, there's no good sound coming from it, and I refrain from playing it. It's a shame. Next one is Elton John. Right? I like Elton John's first album, except his debut. Right? I think that was a weak effort. And then I loved Tumbleweed Connection, Man Across the Water, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Honky Chateau, etc. And then I bought, I didn't buy Caribou, but I bought this one, Captain Fantastic, and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. I think it has one of the most wonderful artworks I've ever seen, right, on an LP, right? Look at these, right? Look at these, it's just amazing, fantastic, right? Great artwork, right? And it also came with with a poster. Let me show you the poster, because it's really difficult to find a poster in good condition, because people used to, hang them on the walls. And this one is almost in mint condition, as you can see. Right. Superb effort, right? The artwork is a superb effort, right? But to be honest, the album, I think it's a weak album, right? You listen to the first track, Captain Fantastic starts with the acoustic guitar, and you're in for a treat. And I love that track. And then you got Tower of Babel, which is okay. But from then on, I don't find any really true good songs other than, I think, I hope I don't make a mistake. It's Philadelphia Freedom in here, I suppose. I'm sorry about this, right? Yes, you got Captain Fantastic, that's okay. Tower of Babel. But then, a lot of people like Someone Saved My Life Tonight. To me, it drags on. I'm sorry, I don't really like it. Get a meal ticket is not that bad, and better off there. But I just said no. Is we all fall in love sometimes. That's the one I really like, right? But as a whole, I don't find it as strong as its predecessors. I'm not saying it's a bad album, but I don't think it's as strong as the predecessors. Cat Stevens. I like Teeth for the Tillerman, and I've got several copies, and a Greatest Hits that came out in the mid-70s, I think. So you're supposed to have a teaser and the Fire Cat, right? Because it's the other classic. I've got a copy. It's a late UK Island copy. But out of these albums, I only like a Moonshadow, really, and some of the tracks inside too. Peace Train is okay, right? And of course, the classic Morning Has Broken. But those three are in the Greatest Hits as well, right? And I'm sorry, the other tracks don't do it for me, and I hardly ever play these albums. I do play Teeth for the Tillerman a lot. I do play the Greatest Hits every now and then, but I don't have a soft spot for this one. Since we're at that, I get a sterling copy, US or UK. They're the best. And the last but one, Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery. I'm a Jethro Tull fan. I'm a great fan. If you follow my videos, you know. But this is the only album from the 70s that I just don't get, right? I like the title track, Minstrel in the Gallery. I like Cold Winter Valhalla, and bits and pieces, right, from the suite. And I like Requiem. But it's not an album that sees many spins on my turntable. I struggle, right? Even though this is it's a UK first pressing, it sounds very, very good. And some people really praise these albums as their Jethro Tull's favorite, but not me. To me, I even play War Child, Tour to Rock and Roll more than this one. But anyway, that's me. And now to wrap it up, I like Dire Straits. My favorite albums are the first two. I bought the albums, if you were my age, you would remember, I bought the albums as they came out, this time in chronological order. As I said, I like the first two a lot. 3 and 4 making movies, not so much, right when David left. The live alchemy, I think, is superb. And then we've got Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms was so popular in 1985, both as a CD and the vinyl. It was so popular. It was all over the place, right? The songs Money for Nothing, So Far Away, Brothers in Arms, on MTV, pubs, discos, everywhere. And so much so that I got burnt out. I can't play Brothers in Arms. It's just an album, unfortunately, I just cannot play it, right? I haven't played it in about 10 years, because it was too much, as I said. The promotion, and it's got some of the best riffs from Dire Straits, I mean, Money for Nothing. But anyway, I got burned out. And the next one, the last album, came in 1991, 6 years later, so I had high hopes, right, high expectations for the last one, but it wasn't going to be, right? It's, of course, On Every Street. I bought the CD, it was 91, I bought the CD before buying the album, because I remember people said there was a different track listing or something. So I remember playing it. Calling Elvis was okay. I like the title track On Every Street because it sort of reminded me of old school Dire Straits. And the rest of the album is very well produced. It sounds very good, right? It's fantastic. It's probably one of the best sounding albums, I think. But the songs don't do that much for me, right? To me, there's too much music. It's too long. And I hardly ever play it. I think I've played this one, about half a dozen times, if so. But we all have different ears, and your mileage may vary. Well, and that's all for today. I hope you liked your selections, and let me know those classic albums, great albums that never grew on you. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and becoming part of our family. Take care.